When your dog crawls into bed with you at night, do you actually know what they're trying to say? Yes, it's adorable. Yes, it's comforting. But behind that quiet closeness, there's something far deeper that most owners spend their dog's entire life completely missing. It's one of the most emotionally loaded things your dog can do, and if you misread it, which almost every owner does, you could be missing messages they've been trying to send you for years. What you're about to hear will change the way you look at every single night your dog has ever spent beside you. Some of it will surprise you, some of it will move you, and one thing toward the end will explain something that's probably been happening in your bed for a long time without you ever realizing what it means. So stay with me until then, because this matters more than you think. Let's start with what that nightly ritual really means. 1. It was never about staying warm. So why does your dog actually choose to sleep with you? Most people assume it's simple. Dogs get cold, you're warm. End of story. But here's the thing. Dogs are incredibly resourceful when it comes to finding warmth. They've got their own bed, their favorite sunny spot, a blanket in the corner, the laundry pile that just came out of the dryer. If warmth was really all they wanted, they'd have a dozen better options. So why do they keep choosing you? Because sleep is the moment a dog is at their most defenseless. Every instinct they have, even after thousands of years of domestication, still tells them to find somewhere hidden, somewhere safe, somewhere no predator could ever reach them. And instead of doing any of that, your dog walks past every quiet corner in your home and climbs into bed with a human 5 times their size. That's not about temperature. That's trust at a level most owners never fully realize is being offered to them. A landmark study published in the journal Animal Cognition found that dogs form attachment styles with their owners that are almost identical to how human infants bond with their caregivers. When your dog chooses to sleep beside you, they're communicating something they have no way of saying out loud. You make me feel safe enough to let my guard down completely. And by the way, if your dog has ever suddenly stopped sleeping with you, don't brush it off. We're going to get into exactly what that means at the end of this video, and it's something most owners wish they had understood much sooner. For now, just understand this. That dog crawling into bed with you isn't being needy. They're not just cold. They're handing you the most vulnerable version of themselves and trusting you to protect it. That's not a small thing. That's love expressed in the deepest language a dog has. 2. They're blending their scent into yours. Have you ever noticed your dog pressing their head or body against you right before they finally settle in to sleep? That's not random cuddling, that's chemistry. Dogs have scent glands along their cheeks, their forehead, the corners of their mouth, and the base of their tail. Every time they rub against you, they're leaving invisible markers behind. Markers no human can ever detect, but to another dog, those markers tell a complete story. But here's what almost no owner realizes. When your dog sleeps pressed against you, they're not just marking you, they're blending your scent into theirs. In the wild, dogs and their ancestors who lived in packs shared something called a communal scent. It was how they recognized family from stranger. It was how they identified who belonged. It was how they said without a single sound, "This one is mine." When your dog weaves their smell into yours night after night, they're performing an ancient ritual that goes back tens of thousands of years. They're telling the world and themselves that you belong to each other. This is also why your dog might sniff you intensely when you come home from somewhere new. You smell wrong. You've lost some of the shared scent, and that bedtime cuddle is partly them restoring what went missing while you were gone. Most owners think their dog is just being affectionate, but the truth is so much deeper. Your dog isn't just enjoying your warmth, they're rewriting your scent to make it match theirs.
They're literally remaking you into family every single night you sleep together. And hey, if any of this is making you look at your dog a little differently right now, hit that like button and subscribe. It's the best way to help us reach more dog owners who actually want to understand what their dog is trying to say. We've got 4 more sections coming, and the last one is something that will stay with you long after this video ends. Let's keep going.
3. They think they're your bodyguard. Have you ever wondered why your dog insists on sleeping in one very specific spot? Maybe it's right by your head. Maybe it's pressed against your back. Maybe it's near your feet, facing the door. That placement isn't random, it's strategic. Here's something that might surprise you. Even the most pampered house dog still carries the deep instincts of a predator. And predators understand threat. They understand vulnerability. They understand the moments when survival depends on someone watching. When your dog positions themselves beside you at night, part of their ancient mind genuinely believes they are standing guard. This goes back tens of thousands of years. In wild dog packs and wolf colonies, members would take turns watching each other during rest. It wasn't just bonding, it was survival. The pack only slept deeply when at least one member was alert. And your dog, no matter how cozy or domesticated they've become, has not forgotten that ancient code. Watch where your dog sleeps tonight. Really watch. If they position themselves facing the door, they're watching the entry point. If they sleep near your head, they're protecting your most vulnerable area. If they sleep at your feet, they're guarding the perimeter of the bed. They know they're small. They don't care. Something deep in their wiring says, this human is mine to protect. Now, will your dog actually fight off an intruder if one came through the door tonight? Probably not. But in their mind, they've taken a post. They've assigned themselves a role. And every single night, they show up for duty without anyone asking them to. That's not just companionship, that's loyalty written into their very biology. 4. Every sleep position is a message. Does your dog curl into a tight little ball at the end of the bed, stretch out completely on their back, press their entire body against yours, sleep with their back turned to you? Each of these positions is telling you something completely different, and once you know how to read them, you'll never see your dog sleep the same way again. Let's start with the tight curl. This is the most protective position a dog can take. It shields their belly, it tucks their paws in, it keeps all their vital organs hidden from any potential threat. If your dog always sleeps like this, even in your bed, they might feel safe enough to be near you, but not quite safe enough to fully let their guard down. It's trust with a layer of caution still in place. Now the full sprawl. Legs stretched out, belly exposed, sometimes upside down, paws in the air, looking ridiculous and completely peaceful. This is the ultimate sign of security a dog can show. A dog with their belly exposed is a dog who believes completely that nothing bad will happen to them in your presence. They've let go of every single survival instinct that tells them to stay guarded. That's not just trust, that's surrender to safety. What about when they turn their back to you? A lot of owners take this personally. They wonder if their dog is mad at them or trying to keep distance. Don't. In the dog world, turning your back to someone means you trust them so completely that you don't even need to watch them. It's the opposite of rejection. It's actually one of the highest compliments a dog can give. They're saying, I know you've got me. I don't need to keep eyes on you. And then there's the full contact press. When your dog sleeps shoved right up against you, sometimes wedged into impossible spaces, their body fitted perfectly against yours, that's the strongest statement a dog can make through their body alone. They want zero distance between you, none, not for warmth, not for convenience, because for them, the closer they are, the more complete they feel. That's not clingy behavior, that's pure devotion. 5. They change their entire schedule just for you.
Have you ever wondered why your dog seems to wake up exactly when you do or wind down right when you go to bed? That's not coincidence. That's a choice they made for you. Dogs are naturally crepuscular animals. That means their bodies are biologically wired to be most active at dawn and dusk. It's when their wild ancestors hunted. It's when their instincts tell them to be alert, energized, awake. By every law of their evolution, a dog's natural schedule shouldn't line up with a human's at all. But bonded dogs do something extraordinary. They override their own biology. Researchers studying domestic dogs found that dogs living closely with humans gradually shift their entire sleep and wake cycles to mirror their owners. They stay awake longer during the day. They sleep more deeply at night, not because it's natural for them, but because that's when you're available. Think about that for a moment. Your dog's internal clock, built over hundreds of thousands of years of evolution, gets rewritten just so they can spend more time existing in your world. This is also why your dog greets you at the door, why they show up right before your alarm goes off, why they seem to know it's dinner time without anyone telling them. They've learned your rhythm. They've synced themselves to it completely, not out of habit, out of preference. There is an animal living inside your house who has rearranged their entire biological clock just to be more present in your life. If that's not love, nothing is.
6. They feel your stress before you do. Have you ever had a rough day and noticed your dog suddenly won't leave your side? Sometimes they press against you. Sometimes they sleep closer than usual. Sometimes they appear in your bed when they normally sleep in their own. That's not a coincidence. They knew something was wrong before you even said a single word. Dogs are incredibly tuned in to the emotional state of the humans they're bonded with. And science is starting to prove what dog owners have intuitively known for decades. Your dog can read you better than you think. Studies have shown that dogs detect subtle changes in human behavior, posture, scent, and even breath chemistry. When you're stressed, your body releases cortisol. Your movements shift. Your breathing pattern changes. Your sleep becomes restless. Your heart rate fluctuates. Your dog picks up on every single one of those signals. They don't know exactly why you're upset, but they know something is off. This is why some dogs become extra affectionate when their owner is sick, anxious, grieving, or just having a hard week. They're not just being sweet. They're responding to real biological signals you're giving off without realizing it. And here's where it gets even deeper. Sleeping beside you gives your dog a front row seat to your emotional state, your heart rate, your restlessness, your breathing patterns. Night after night, year after year, they're gathering information about you. They learn what your baseline feels like, and when something shifts, even subtly, they notice immediately. The dog who suddenly climbs into your bed on the worst night of your life isn't being random. They've been studying you the entire time you've been together. They knew this moment was coming before you did, and they showed up exactly when you needed them. That's not coincidence. That's connection. 7. When they suddenly stop, listen closely. Now here's something every dog owner needs to hear, and this might be the most important part of the entire video. What does it really mean when a dog who has always slept beside you suddenly stops? This is what I mentioned at the beginning, and it's something every owner needs to understand before it ever happens to them. If your dog has been sleeping in your bed for months or even years, and that suddenly changes, do not ignore it. Dogs are creatures of deep habit. When they break a pattern this significant, this emotionally loaded, they are trying to tell you something. Sometimes the reason is physical, pain, illness, discomfort that makes climbing onto the bed difficult or makes sleeping in a soft space painful. Dogs instinctively hide when they don't feel well. It's a survival mechanism left over from a time when showing weakness meant becoming prey.
If your older dog suddenly wants to sleep alone or in a hard place or somewhere out of sight, a vet visit is absolutely worth considering. Other times, the reason is environmental. A new pet in the house, a new person, a change in the bedroom, a different blanket, a different scent. Dogs are extremely sensitive to shifts in their territory. Something that seems small to you might feel enormous to them. And sometimes the reason is emotional. Dogs remember. They remember the room where something startled them, the space where conflict happened, the moment they felt unsafe. If something disturbed your dog in your bedroom, even something you didn't notice, they might quietly pull away to protect themselves. The key is to pay attention. Your dog chose to sleep with you because they trusted you completely. If that ever changes, they're not being moody, they're not being distant, they're communicating something they can't put into words. So listen, watch, and if you need to, gently help them find their way back to feeling safe again. Because that nightly ritual was never just about sleep, it was about everything. And it shouldn't ever be small to you either. If this changed the way you see your dog tonight, drop a comment below and tell me where your dog sleeps. By your head, at your feet, pressed against you, or somewhere completely surprising. I read every single one. And if you want to keep understanding your dog on this deeper level, subscribe to Dog's Tongue. New videos every week, helping you hear what your dog has been trying to tell you all along.
So tonight, when your dog climbs into bed beside you, take a moment. Look at where they choose to lay. Notice how their body fits against yours. Notice what direction they're facing. Notice how their breathing slows when they finally settle. Because in that quiet moment, your dog is doing something extraordinary. They are trusting you with the most vulnerable hours of their life. They are blending their scent into yours so the world knows you belong to each other. They are standing guard over your sleep without ever being asked. They are mirroring your rhythms, reading your emotions, choosing your bed over every safer hiding place in the entire house. That's not just a dog being a dog. That's an animal who has chosen you completely, every single night. A love that doesn't need to be earned. A love that doesn't need to be asked for. A love that simply shows up, climbs into bed beside you, and stays. So tonight, when your dog presses against you in the dark, reach down. Let your hand rest on their back. Let them feel that you noticed. Because while you've been falling asleep beside them all this time, they have been falling asleep beside you on purpose. They chose this. They have always chosen this, and they always will.